All right, guys, Bogey Doctor here, Dr. Carlo Ogier. I am doing a practice session. You've seen my swing evolution videos where I'm trying to do a couple things, 3 things exactly. When I go back, make sure my shoulder stays down, the head stays closed, doesn't open. I used to do this on my takeaway right away. So I'm trying to do this instead. Make sure that at the top, I'm revving a motorcycle, vroom vroom, so that the head does this instead of this. Want to be here. Last thing, when I come down, really be ahead of the ball and de-loft in the club to hit down. But what I've done is, I can manage to do that, but then I'm getting a really pronounced draw. I'm coming really at the ball, starting the ball on line, and then it goes way left. I need to start the ball a little bit more on the right side. In order to do that, now I'm trying to really get the body in, maybe the elbow down a little bit, to kind of hit right at the ball, and then let it come down or straighten out the path a little bit. I've hit 46 shots to that green. I'm getting the distance. What I'm having trouble is, again, controlling that draw. So let's do a couple of hits together and see how we do, just to evidence what I've been trying to practice. So that was a solid hit, but it probably is going to go a little left. I mean, that's fine. That's very good. Okay, 10 feet from the flag. My angle was still too much. If I would have lowered that, it would have gone further, but that's not the purpose of this video. It did give me a 63 shot score, which means that if I were to hit like that every single time, my average score should be in the 60s. So this was a really good shot for the computer. Let's try it again. This time, let's try to start a little bit more to the right. But also, oh no, see, that one started right on line. But with my draw, that's my error. I got a lot of distance, so I was going to say this definitely has to be in range, because that gives you a couple extra yards. And look how bad my score was, 95. That ball started right in line, right? Nothing wrong with that. No, because my path is inside out. It's going like that. And that's going to curve that ball. So I really need to straighten out that path by getting my body in more. Let's see. That felt good. Started right. And then now, if I grab that draw, that's a beautiful baby draw. You know, 13 feet from the flag on the right hand side. Shot score 64. So the computer liked that one a lot better. Still my path inside out, but not so pronounced. My degrees weren't exactly right, but pretty close. Let's do that 20 more times in a row. So that's going to start in line, but then curve. Yeah, I mean, not a terrible shot. The dynamic loft was good, 25 degrees, but I ended up being way left of my target. Again, probably need to really get that body inwards more. So that definitely did start to the right. I like it. Baby draw. And 9 feet. Nothing wrong with that. So that's what I'm practicing. That's my swing evolution. Again, summarize what I'm trying to do. As I'm taking the ball back, my shoulder pushes down and my head of the club stays close or hyper closed. You know, like I'm sweeping it away. I know it's weird, but that's just a feeling, because the last thing I want to do is what I was doing, which was this. Way opening it and way on the inside like this. Instead, that forces me on a better path, I think. We'll see. And then revving it up at the top to make sure that head stays close hitting down on it and a head off the ball. So that way D lofts the club if I'm doing this. And that works well. End up with a big draw. In order to contain that draw, I am kind of getting my body ahead of the club. Now I'm no swing coach. I'm not telling you to do this. I'm just telling you this is what I've been practicing. This is my 51 shots today. Trying to contain that draw, but also keeping the ball down. Now that ball was a little high, so I'm not going to get the degree, the dynamic loft. Still a pretty darn good shot, but yeah. So I knew that was going to happen. 28 degrees of dynamic loft. Now that was a good shot. Started a little bit on the right, came back. That's beautiful. I like that. The computer liked it. They gave me a 69 shot score. And that's gonna curve a lot. I felt it. It's almost like a heel, and it wasn't a contained shot. So my score went way up because I started the ball right on line, and then it caught that big draw of mine. So let's see if I can do that better this time. Last shot. I think better, but no, big draw. Big draw. And it was off the green. See how my path was way inside. Come on, let's finish with a good one for the people, the YouTube people, okay? I felt that very good. Started of the right, tiny draw, so it held the ball. I think that was a good shot. And computer gave me 70 degrees, was 27, so not as great as I thought. But I was able to counteract what I was doing earlier, and I didn't lose control of that ball to the left. See if we can finish with a good one. No, that's gonna curve way left. Felt it. I didn't get my body quite on it. I was still green. The degrees were good because when I do that, it's like I'm topping the ball. Not topping. I don't know what you call it. Hovering the ball and like hooting, like creating a hood on the ball. So I get a really strong shot down, piercing, but I lose control to the left because of my path. That was better. Felt very solid, started right. It's curving. I think that's the shot. Woo! Got really good distance, 140 carry. Came down a little bit. Beautiful flight. So that's it for today's video of my swing evolution and the feelings that I'm working on to straighten out my draw, but at the same time keep my dynamic loft low so I can get some good aggressive hits towards that shot. All right, we'll update you on our next video.